Well, welcome in everybody. I hope you've had a good week since I've seen you last. If you were here last week, if it's been longer, welcome back. But we are ready for this mindful movement session here today. As always with this session and any session you do with me, do it to the best of your ability. And that is going to look absolutely different for everyone, and that is absolutely fine. If you need to take any rest periods during this session, or if you need to take any hydration breaks or just stop altogether, that is absolutely fine. If you need to adjust a movement in your own particular way, then make the adjustments as necessary. Remember, this is your session. I'm just here to guide you the best that I can through it. I'll be giving those adaptations as we go through anyway, so if you listen up as we go through and watch what I'm doing and do either what I'm showing you or do it to the best of what you can do. All right, let's get ourselves into a nice, comfortable position. Shuffle, adjust yourself if you need to. And then let's start with some nice deep breathing going in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just repeat through that there. Nice, deep, slow breathing. And whenever you're ready to, if you haven't already, you can close down those eyes. Keep the breathing going and just bring that focus inwards. And notice how it feels when you breathe in, how your lungs inflate, how you sit up taller, your posture almost improves just a little bit. And as you breathe out, it starts to relax down. Shoulders relax, everything relaxes. And just go through that cycle of breathing in, breathing out, and just being mindful of how it's impacting your body. Also notice how it puts you in a nice relaxed state. It's calming down our nervous system, helping us to lower the blood pressure, lower just everything down into relaxation here. Keep your breathing going, but whilst we're here, we're just going to thank ourselves for being here today. As we always say often with these sessions, the hardest part is just turning up in the first place and doing it consistently. So well done for being here today. But now you are here, reminding yourself that we want to be as focused as we can through this next hour together. It's natural for our mind to wander, and we don't blame ourselves for it. We just accept it's a normal part of being human to be distracted, but we just quickly change it back to being focused on whichever movement, breathing, mindfulness part of this session today. So just if you find yourself wandering, just bring it back in line, bring that focus back to the session. Keep that breathing going, sitting up nice and tall, keeping the eyes closed just a little bit longer. And then when you're ready to, you can open up your eyes. And as you breathe in, now we're going to shrug up. And as you breathe out, you're just going to relax it down. Just go through that there. Squeezing the shoulders up, relaxing them down. Nice work, keep that going there, shrugging up, relaxing down, really squeeze those muscles to the best of your ability. Good, instead of going up and down now, we're going to go Squeeze those shoulder blades behind us as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to push those shoulders forwards as well. So going back and forth between the two here. Good work, keep that going. Nice and gentle here. Let's start going into some shoulder rotations. Just going around, nice, controlled movements. They don't have to be huge circles. We could just go around nice and gentle. And let's change direction, go the opposite way, and again just circling them around, nice and gentle. Good work. Okay, let's take that just a little bit further now. We can place our hands roughly around about our shoulders, and we can start tracing a circle round with our elbows. Remembering here on this, you can do double arm like so. You can do alternating, or if you just need to do one side, or if you want to do one side and then swap over, whichever works for you here. Let's get those circles going round. Nice. Good work, everybody. Let's change direction and go the opposite way. Work. If you can't do a really big circle, remember you can do smaller ones, that's absolutely fine. Whatever you can do here just to get them going round. Okay, let's open that up a little bit more now by doing one arm, just going round nice and slow and controlled. Just make sure you're in control the whole time and really try and draw the biggest circle that we can here with this. If you can't do a full circle round, smaller with the bent arm or whatever you can do is absolutely fine. Okay, let's change direction and go the opposite way. Let's change over to the other side now. So get that one going round. Good. Well, let's just use some shoulder rotations again. Change direction. Good. Okay, we're going to just bring our hands down by our sides, and when we breathe in, we're going to just bring them up to around about our chest height. Turn them over. As we breathe out, we push down. That's just how we're starting here. Let's bring our hands up to around about our chest height, and now what we're going to do is we're going to reach up the best we can, and then we're going to come out and around. We'll just do the movement to begin with. So just push up, out, and around. And I know some of you already know your adaptations for this. If you can't get all the way up, we just come up as high as we can. Or if you need to do it single arm, that's absolutely fine. But just reaching up, out, and around. Now, we're going to link our breathing into this as well, so keep that moving. We're going to breathe out as we push up, in as we go around, and then I just knocked something over. Good. Now we're going to do the opposite direction. So we come out and around, palms together, and bring it down through the middle. Good work. And again, if you can't do the full circle, I know most of you are already doing it, but we just do the best that we can, however that looks for you. Good, bring it down there. This next one here, what we're going to do is we're going to reach across our body the best we can, and then we're going to draw a big circle round, and then back into the middle. And we swap over to the other side, reach across the body, go round, and then back in. It's just like Grease Lightning. Good work, everybody. Yeah, with this as well, trying to keep, I don't mind what height you are, but try and keep the height same all the way across. And then in, that's it, good work. You get a bit of a stretch as we reach across, and then as we come around, start to get a little bit more there. Good work. Okay, good work. We're going to do the same reach across, but instead of coming in front of us, we're going to try and come up the best we can and over. Now for this, some of you will be able to come up and over, and that's fine. If you can't, though, you just come up to the best you can, even if it's just slightly elevated from before. That's fine, just come here and then go up the best we can, and then behind us. When you're able to as well, don't just come up and then straight down here. Come up and try and almost come behind you a little bit as well. Feel a little bit of a stretch in the chest and the shoulders there as you do so. That's it, nice work everybody. Just mobilizing these shoulders still, getting everything warmed up in there, getting everything mobile. Good work. Good, let's ease out that. Let's just do some shoulder rotations here. Change direction. Good, let's just do a little bit of stretching now. Our shoulders and those joints are all nice and warmed up. Our first one here, we're just going to reach over to one side, above your head if you can, or in front of the face if you have to, but reach over, we'll hold it for 3 to 5 seconds. Then we ease out of it and reach over to the other side. And just keep that going back and forth between the two. Hold it for as long as you feel like it feels like a good stretch, and then you can ease out of it. Usually around about 3 to 5 seconds is a good indicator. You keep that going. I'm just going to get a drink. It's quite dry here. Good work. Our next one here, we're going to open up the chest by bringing those hands back behind us, And then we're going to reach forward with one hand, bring it back, opening up the chest again, and then swapping over to the other side, reaching that one forwards. Just go back and forth between those two. Nice work, everybody. Good. We're just going to add in another little extra one in here because it just feels like it needs it for myself. So what we do when we come back and we open up our chest like so, we're just going to keep in that position. But what we need to do is sort of make sure those arms are back and try and just go up and down in that position. I'll turn to the side so you can see. It's important that we have that stretch there and then go up and down. If you need to do it single arm, that's fine as well. You'll probably get a little bit more of a stretch if you do it both arms together, but single arm is also okay. It doesn't have to be all the way above the head either. It's just a little bit of a chest stretch there in some various positions. Good. Just wanted to add that little extra bit in there. Right, let's move on to our next one here, which is going to be our rotator cuffs. We can either do, if you can't do the second one we do, you can do the first one, which is tucking the elbow in, rotating the hands out to the side and back in. That's variation number one. Variation number two, if you're able to, do this one where you rotate right the way up and down. So do this one if you can. If not, elbows down, out to the side instead. You're still going to get a good stretch deep within that shoulder. Good, let's just rotate those shoulders round, ease it out there. Change direction if you want to. Nice work. Let's have a hydration break now, and then we'll move into our spinal mobility next up. Good work. I'll give everybody just a little bit longer just to finish their drinks and that, and then we will get moving on to the next bit here. Good start to the session though. We've mobilized and stretched those shoulders and the muscles and the ligaments and the tendons that all contribute towards it. Now we will move into doing our spinal mobility, and we start as we always do with our neck here with some flexion extension, looking up, looking down, and just going back and forth between the two. Just nice controlled movements. As always, we just easy motion here. Nothing too complicated, but not too much range either. Just nice, easy movements. Good work, just gliding between the two. Gentle neck mobility, mobilizing it, getting the blood flowing in that area, slightly stretching the ligaments and the tendons and the muscles that control these movements. Good work. Next time we find ourselves looking down, let's hold that position and just let gravity take over a little bit here. And remembering, if you need to, you can sort of rock your head a little bit back and forth. Let's ease out of it. Let's go back to looking up and down. And then the next time you find yourself looking up, let's hold that position. This might be enough for some of you. For others, let's close our mouth to really initiate that stretch through the front of our neck. And if you want to take it further as well, we need to put a hand just sort of on where the collarbones meet the sternum in the middle. And we just gently pull down whilst looking up, whilst keeping the mouth closed. And we feel even more of a stretch through the front of the neck there. If you want to have it even more intense with this as well, what we can do is start with looking forwards, put your hand there and then look up into it. And you'll feel there's even more of a stretch. And whilst you're looking up, you can increase the stretch on each side just by rotating the head side to side a little bit as you're in that position. Doesn't have to be big movements, just a little adjustment. You'll start to feel where you get a bit of a stretch in there. Good work. Let's ease out of it there. And let's go into our rotation next. So looking one side, looking to the other, back and forth between the two. Nice work. Next time you find yourself looking to the left, let's hold that position. And again, this might be enough for some of you just to hold the position, but if you want to take it a little bit further, we can place our hand on our collarbone and pull down diagonally. So if you're looking to the left, take our left hand, place it on around about the top of the right collarbone and sort of hold that position, pulling it gently diagonally downwards towards the right armpit. That's looking left, left hand on right collarbone, diagonally downwards to the right. And you'll feel a bit more of a stretch through that sort of the front side of the neck. Good work. Let's ease out of that one, doing left and rights again. And the next time you find yourself looking to the right, let's hold that position. And again, if you want to take it further, this time we're looking to the right, so the right hand comes onto the left collarbone, and gently pulling diagonally downwards towards the left armpit area. And again, if you want to take this stretch a little bit further with this, start by looking forwards, put the hand on the collarbone and then rotate, and you'll feel even more of a stretch. Let's ease out of that, couple of lefts and rights. And let's go into our lateral flexion. One ear to one shoulder, one ear to the other shoulder. This one's quite funny for me because those who have got Apple products with the face tracking, they're going left and right and the camera's following them. Nice work, everybody. Next time you find yourself coming over to the left side, let's hold that position. This might be enough for some of you, which is fine. If you want to take it further there, we can take the opposite hand and drop it down. So my left ear is towards the left shoulder. That means I'm bringing that right arm down and finger stretch through that right side of the neck. In this position as well, you can sort of rock back and forth. And you'll feel there's some areas that feel tighter than others. Yeah, let's ease out of it, going left and right again. And the next time you find your right ear on your right shoulder, let's hold it there and drop the left arm down if you need to, or behind you. And then if you want to as well, you can rock the head back and forth. Good work. Let's ease out of that. Let's do a couple of lefts and rights of it. Nice. So let's just do a little bit of shoulder rotation as well. Sometimes that helps to ease out of doing some neck mobility too. Good, and we go through the rest of our spine now. So For this one, remember there's two options as always. If you are able to, I recommend using the frame or your legs, and we can pull ourselves. Oh, I've got a big spasm at the moment. I'm not going to go anywhere right now. So I can demonstrate the first one though, which is curling forwards, if you're able to, and then extending through to do some extension. It's not working at the moment for me. If you already know what you're doing, carry on. If not, I'll demonstrate in a second once this spasm resides. Yeah, there we go. So, option number one, curling forwards and arching back. Forwards like a prawn, curling over, arching back like a high jumper, going back and forth between the two. If you're not able to use the frame to pull yourself through, you can use your backrest a bit more, just setting up nice and tall, and then curling forwards. You can use your hands on the lap to push and descend yourself. Good work. Let's go into some rotation now. So rotate around to one side, around to the other side, and again back and forth between the two. Nice gentle rotations. And then let's go into our next one, which is going to be the lateral flexion, reaching down to one side, reaching down to the other. Nice work. And then let's go into our whirlpool, coming around in a circle. Change in direction. Let's give that a little bit of a shaky off there from those movements. Give yourself a wiggle if you need to. Let's have a hydration break, and then we're going to go into our yoga-like movements and then into our mindfulness part of this session. Good, okay, we're going to start straight away with our first one here, which starting position is all the way down. We come up with the flat back, Then we go back down again, and then the second time up we curl up, sitting up nice and tall, and then back down to the starting position. If you're okay with that, continue onwards. I'm just going to give some extra tips for those who need it. So you come up with a flat back. I use the frame to push off, but you can use your lap if you need to. And then you come back down again. The second time you come up, you curl up, stack each vertebrae on top of each other within the spine. The neck finishes off the movement, sitting up nice and tall, looking forwards. That's the end position. Back down to the start. And continue on. Let's keep that going there. Up with a flat back down, curling up, sitting up tall, and back down again. Up with a flat back down, curling up, looking forwards and down. Good work. Let's add in our next bit now. So as we start to sit up nice and tall, palms together, and just like earlier, we reach up, out, and around, down to the starting position again. Coming up with the flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around, and back down. Up with the flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around, and down again. Good work. Up with a flat back down, curling up. This time we're going to add in another bit. So palms together, reaching up, out, and stop at parallel. Rotate to the left. Rotate to the right, back to the middle, and down. Good work. Up with the flat back, and back down. Curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around to parallel. Rotate to left, rotate to right, back to the middle, and back down. Good work, everybody. Keep it going here. Up with a flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around, rotate to the left, rotate to the right, back to the middle, and down. Good work. We're going to add in a little bit extra on this one, but let's keep it going on this. Up with a flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out and around. This time we go to the left. We hold it on the left. We drop our left hand down, and our right hand comes up like a seesaw. And then we come back, round to the middle, and down to the bottom again. Up with a flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, and round to parallel. Rotate to the right this time. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up. Then back, sorry, a big spasm there for me, back to the middle and back down to the bottom again. Let's keep that going onto the left side this time. Up with a flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, and around to parallel. Rotate to the left. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up, and then rotates back to the middle and down to the bottom again. Up with a flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around, rotate to the right. Right arm down, left arm comes up. Seesaw back again, back to the middle, and let's do one more on each side here. So all the way down to the bottom, coming up with a flat back down again, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around to parallel. Rotate to the left. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Seesaws back again, and back down to the bottom. Last one here on the right side. Up with a flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out, around, rotate to the right, seesaw, so the right arm comes down, left arm comes up, back again, back to the middle, and let's ease it off there. We'll just do some shoulder rotations to do so. And change direction if you want to. Good work. You can sort of see, just before we move into the mindful, this part of the session, how this progresses through. So we start with doing our breathing and our shoulder mobility, and that's what's really helps to prepare us for those movements towards the end there. But then we add in the spinal mobility before, and then we kind of combine them together in that yoga movement. So throughout the session, that's what I try and do, add that progression in, try and add it so we it all builds on each other. Because if we went straight into doing just that movement, you know, that's where you start to get more, maybe some risks of injury or overstretching and that. But you're warming yourself up, you're getting the blood flow, and you're getting your core body temperature up, and that allows you to get into those positions. You get more from it as well, because it's not just preventing injury, preventing it overstretching or whatever it may be. You're also helping to get longer ranges of motion, able to hold it easier, just so your body's more ready for it. So that's kind of why we build through these sessions like we do. Just let you know there's a plan. I don't just come in and wing it. Good. Right, let's go into our mindfulness part of the session now. So let's just do some nice deep breathing. If you wanted a drink beforehand, feel free to do so. But if you're ready to, let's just go into some breathing. And if you are having a drink, you can just join in with this in a second. Nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just settle into where you are now. With today's session, we're going to do a little bit of box breathing here to begin with. We're going to do this and then we're going to do something else afterwards. With the box breathing, just to remind you, I'll be guiding you through this in all the steps of the way, so you don't need to start now. But we will breathe in for 4 seconds, then we'll hold the breath in for 4 seconds, we'll breathe out for 4 seconds, and then we'll hold it out for 4 seconds. And I'll be here counting and guiding you all the way through this here. So first of all, if you just do a nice big deep breath out, and then right when you're ready, start to breathe in. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4, now breathe in. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, hold it out. 2, 3, 4, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, hold it in. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, hold it out. 2, 3, 4, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, hold it in. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, hold it out. 2, 3, 4, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath in. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, and return your breathing to normal here. Just nice gentle breathing. Keep your eyes closed if you want to, but just with that breathing there, it's all about just being fully in control of your breath and being fully mindful of it. And it forces you to be locked in with the breath here, and that really just pushes everything else out of the way. We're solely focused on one thing, and that just really helps to our mind, our nervous system, everything just to relax down. It's a really great way to do that. Good work. Let's keep the eyes closed, or return them to being closed if you haven't already, and we're going to go into a meditation wander with this today, and we're going to create ourselves a beach scene today. So first of all, we're going to just use the sense of vision. So open up your mind's eye and start to picture a beach of some sort. It can be one that you're familiar with. It can be an amalgamation of ones that you've been to or seen, or it can be a complete fantasy one that you've never seen or heard of, or whatever it may be. But what I want you to do is to create it in as much detail within your mind's eye, imagining what the sand looks like, or even if it's a pebble beach or whatever it may be, just imagining what it looks like around you. Imagining the sea. Is it calm? Is it crashing waves? Is it stormy out on the horizon? Imagining the sky, the clouds. Maybe there's even some birds in the sky as well. Sun's might be coming down. It might be just poking out between some clouds. And picturing what the back of the beach looks like, so whether it's sand dunes, whether there's a beach walk or a promenade or trees or whatever it may be. Just really get a rich image in your mind and try and make it not just a still image as well. Try and have it as a living image. So if there is birds, they're flying across, they're not just like a painting. If the waves are moving, they're crashing up, they're moving through this image in your mind. It's a living picture that you're building. Let's start to bring in our next sense now, and we're bringing the sense of sound, and just start to imagine what that all sounds like. You've got this really vivid image in your mind. Let's start to listen to those waves. Let's start to listen to the birds chirping, the wind going through the trees. Maybe there's other people there, and you can hear just the faint talking of them. Whatever it is, just start to build it out within your mind. And just really making this as good as it can be. Let's start to introduce another sense now. We will do the sense of touch. Now for this, we're going to do two things. First of all, let's get our temperature. So just imagining how it feels there, whether it's warm, whether it's a little cool breeze, whatever it is. Maybe you're wrapped up in a jumper. If that's how you want to feel during this, that's great. Just start to picture it within your mind of how you feel temperature-wise. Don't let go of the image, don't let go of the sound, but just add this other sense in. Sometimes it's difficult to focus on different senses at a time. That's okay. We just do the best we can just to keep the image alive, keep the sounds alive, and now keeping the temperature alive. As I said, our other part of the touch is to go with how we are feeling things. So I want you to reach out within your scene, and you can, maybe you've got sand below you. You can reach into the sand and feel it between your fingers. Feel the warmth of it or the coolness of it. Just notice how it feels in your hand. Maybe you're nearer the trees at the back or walking along the promenade. You can reach out and just be mindful of what's there and just running it through your fingers or whatever it may be, just to get a better impression of this scene that you've created. And the one last thing I want you to do is to keep all of those within your mind: the sight, the sounds, the temperature, the touch. And I just want you to travel through the scene. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean walking or being in a wheelchair or whatever it may be. You could just hover off the ground, floating through the scene. I just want you to travel through it here within your mind, having a slight changing scenery and just noticing how things are as you move through this scene that you're in. This one can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Just do the best you can, even if it's just in bits. let's start to close down our scene now. So almost imagine maybe there's curtains drawing on the scene or whatever it is, but just gently fade it out. Keep the eyes closed though, and just fade out your scene. And now while we're here, I just want you to notice how you feel within yourself. Hopefully, you should be feeling nice and relaxed, and it almost feels like your shoulders have got a bit lighter. You're feeling like just really calm in this moment. And that's the whole idea of these mindfulness sessions, is just to calm that nervous system down, de-stress. It's super important. I think that having a way to de-stress every day is a very important tool to have, whether it's a short tool like the box breathing maybe, just to help you come out of situations that are feeling a bit more intense and a bit more stressful, but also having, maybe something a little bit longer, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where you just relax for a little bit every day, and it just helps to lower the blood pressure, make us feel calmer, and just overall just a more peace within ourselves. Keeping the eyes closed still, we're just going to thank ourselves for coming here today, doing another great session. Excellent work. When you're ready to, you can open up your eyes, bring yourself back to the room as we have done today's session. Well done, everybody. It was another good session there today. Lots of great movement from you, lots of good breathing from what I could see. And yes, thank you again for joining me here today.